Welcome back to Eye on South Asia. Let's move on to the next topic, Sunil.
Yeah, and this is about our own President, Mr. Obama, who met with the counterpart from Pakistan,
Right.
President Asif Ali Zardari, and the whole thought was built around let's fix the problems, let's disconnect the relationship between the military and the establishment with the unwanted factors, and let's not have a continuous focus and animosity with your own neighbor India. From his point of view, he feels that there is no doubt there is some connection between Pakistan military and intelligence services, and there is certain individuals where they are in bed with them.
Right.
You know what it does is it hurts the common man.
Absolutely.
And America has a beautiful relationship with Pakistan and is growing relationship with India and with Afghanistan. I think there is a huge opportunity that they can work together if all the money that America is giving out and is being siphoned out to wrong hands. Obviously, US has reservations and they want a friendly relationship between Pakistan and India.
But they were very certain. America was very firm in its stance that if Pakistan is thinking about doing something to harm the relations, then they're not going to be supportive.
And he was very clear that he wants a peaceful approach towards India, and which is in everybody's interest, especially the common man in Pakistan.
Absolutely, because it's hurting their economic development at the end of the day.
Correct. But on the other hand, you have President Musharraf.
Right.
He has his own views, and he was very close friends with America, and he still maintains that he was a very good friend. He has got good friendship with President Bush and Secretary Colin Powell.
Yes.
And he thinks that they are all using this Afghanistan agenda, and that's just it's a proxy war being played over there. And America needs to get their act right, not make it a colony, and Pakistan needs to preserve its interest.
He believes that India has a very strong hand in training the Afghanistan intelligence and army.
So there is a sense of disbelief. Moving on to the welcome for our own ambassador, Nirupma Rao, who has been moving from city to city, and we have been covering her. Ambassador Nirupma Rao, who was here in the embassy earlier in different position, is now come in as the ambassador to US at a very, very useful time. And she's such a wonderful person. You know, we just met her on 31st October and 30th October on Mahatma Gandhi's anniversary, and she was very nice. She said, look, there were questions being posed to her about China and of course about Sri Lanka, and somebody raised the point that Sri Lanka seems to be under the hands control of China. She was laughing it off. She says, do you understand, Sri Lanka is one of the oldest friends of India, and at the end of the day, she was very clear, we can't choose our neighbors. We have neighbors China, we are neighbors with Bangladesh, we are neighbors with Nepal, Sri Lanka and Pakistan. So let's build a relationship, and we are of course the locally located superpower and world power, but we have a responsibility also. But we certainly want that the neighboring countries, they need to get their act together. She was very, very, very clear about that, and she also had a very strong...
she appreciated the Indian Americans and the role that they have to play in bridging.
Yeah, and she feels they have a huge role to play going forward, whether it's technology, whether it's money, whether it's exchange.
Yes.
And it's a perfect timing from Indo-American relationship on a high swing. She's such a wonderful person. I think she really, really impressed the who's who was attending the consulate dinner event, and the press conference was obviously after that. Nitya, that brings us to the little lighter segment out of it, and we have one of our own NRIs, actually two of them from here, and there's this beautiful movie coming out tomorrow called Cuccia, means happiness, and it's been written, produced, directed, everything is done by two of our fellow NRIs from here, and we have with us the writer who wrote the story, co-wrote the story and dialogues and script, and was the creative director, creative consultant, is on phone with us. Let's take him on phone. Rajan, welcome to Eye on South Asia, and congratulations on your first feature film that you wrote, and the dialogues and the screenplay, and you of course ran the creative workshop for the artists from A to Z. I believe it's come out very nicely, and we are looking forward to it. Rajan, tell us a little bit about your association with this film.
Well, my association with this film was when the producer of the film was working on a subject based on immigrant, but when he came to me, I personally wanted to write something which is basically going deeper into the immigrant psychology on how we behave and the kind of sacrifices we make. And I also felt that this works on not one, basically, it basically works on three different layers. The children who are brought up here, what they lose because of being immigrant and far away from their own country, and the families, what they go through. So we basically try to bring in all the three layers into the film.
Rajan, you are actually a trained actor, and this is the first film that you have written, dialogues
Right.
and screenplay. How did this transition come around? Was it easy?
See, basically, I had written plays, and when this offer came through, I was a little hesitant. So I took a 1-week course on understanding what the structure of a basic screenplay is. So I learned it, and then, of course, the confidence came in because I already done a lot of plays, and I had written some plays.
Yeah, of course, we remember the famous play you did here in America called An Indian in the Bronx.
Who Wants the Bronx, yeah.
Oh,
Right.
that is
Right,
still in my
right,
memories,
yeah.
and it was a wonderful show. But Rajan, you have been involved with everything, co-writing the story, developing it, writing the dialogue, screenplay, even the songs, selecting the artists,
Right.
locations. How was it like? What was the experience like working with legends like Kulbhushan Kharbanda, Rama Vij? How was the experience?
It was a wonderful experience, and luckily, since I was writing it, and while writing it, I had gone through the whole background of those characters, even if they were not part of the film. The way I had done was that I took every character and then I created a history from their birth on what their education was, how they were brought up, so that once I talked to the actors, at least they would understand. Because I believe acting is doing consciously what we do unconsciously in real life.
Well said.
So to compete with the unconscious behavior basically is made up of all the information that we already have and all the experiences. So I just wanted to duplicate that and for the actor to understand on where they are coming from. And I think that worked out pretty well.
Rajan, when we see this movie, what is that we should look for, and when we walk away from there, what do we expect to carry with us?
See, I was, while writing this, one thing was very clear. I'm not doing a Punjabi film, but I am doing a film where the characters happen to be from Punjab. So I stayed away from the basic formula because I think our audience is much more educated, has grown. So they can feel it. So I wanted to create characters who are real and people can associate with them. And I feel confident once you see the film, at least you will find people that at least one of them you will say, I know this guy. Oh. I can understand his feelings, associate with him.
Very, very nice. Very nice. So you have made the characters as close to anybody, not just for the 22 million Punjabis all over the world, but anybody who wants to go and see and feel happy, probably walk away from there.
Definitely that was the aim. And even while we went to the extent of understanding the character, because I feel we all have some fear in our mind, and that fear in turn decides our mannerism.
True.
Which we have, that inner fear. So whatever those fears were, this is how I write the characters, and this is how I was able to explain to all the actors. And luckily, we had great actors. I mean, Kulbhushan ji and Cuccia Chopra, Jassi. Jassi also has basically theatre background, so he knew, though he hasn't done films, but at least he was able to understand what we were talking about. And I think it worked out very well, and they were all very happy with it because they had all the knowledge about the character, all the backgrounds and all.
Well, congratulations, Rajan. It's really super that your first film is being released tomorrow. Our best wishes to you and your team, including everybody who is part of this movie, and we look forward to seeing it ourselves and hope there'll be more to come from your hand. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you so much, Sunil.
Okay, that was Rajan Gangahar with us from Cuccia.
Right.
He is based out of New York, and he obviously, as he said, co-wrote this film. And very interestingly, now we talk about the presence of NRIs in America, and we have this big anti-corruption rally coming up in front of the Indian consulate.
Right, right. And
you have Dr. Subramaniam Swamy, who's going to be heading it, and he feels that he's been, there is
wrongly accused, wrongly judged.
They're after him. On the one side, the cops in Delhi keep on hurting him, bothering him. Local goons come on bothering him. Local jihadis keep on bothering him.
He's not been granted safe housing as yet to protect him from all these elements.
And he's been very vocal about his position about the honesty part of it, and which he feels, he's the one person who started this crusade against the government for not being honest and clean, and he's being heard.
Right, so in 2008, now, correct?
I don't know why he chose to be in New York. He should be probably in front of United Nations, consulate. But why he should not be in front of United Nations, but he's chosen to be in front of the Indian consulate and make a presentation over there and make his voice heard.
Let's hope he gets his voice heard, and let's hope we understand what he's trying to say.
Well, different views, different people, but he's a free person, and his group is going to make, there are quite a few people supporting him. The idea is let people be free and independent in India.
It's a democratic country.
Yeah, and they should have a freedom of speech just like we have it here. We hope it is all peaceful. And
absolutely.
On the other hand, you know about the story that we've been following of the tycoon Raja Ratnam, who the founder of Galilean Group.
We've spoken about it on quite a few episodes.
And this man was expected to get 24 plus. He had picked up more than $72 million, and he was qualifying to get more than 24 years. So what did they hand it out to him?
They gave him 11 years of imprisonment.
So he's at least happy because he wanted less than 8 years, but at least he got away with something. I don't know whether he'll end up spending all of it or not.
Even on good behavior, he gets reduced. His reduced term goes down by 1.5 years, not more than that.
But what a shame, what a loss, such a brilliant guy. And because of insider trading, finally the justice has been done. And, he's been punished for what he did. And I hope it gets the message out.
Well, yes, but Sunil, you know what, really speaking, we are in a beautiful season right now. Fall is in the air, and then we have beautiful colors all around us. And very soon we have our own festival of lights, Diwali, coming up.
And during Diwali, what do we really do? Send money to India.
Absolutely.
This is all we do, even if it's at $100, $200, $300. And here is one more service being launched. This industry is supposed to be about 48 billion send out money from US. And Dave Majumdar, who is heading the North Americas for this company, has been launched. And they have been otherwise in many other countries and pretty big leaders. In Pakistan, they are ahead of everybody else. In India, they are with Western Union neck and neck with MoneyGram. They are in Philippines, they are in Africa. And they've got a license to operate out of New Jersey and New Mexico and Montana. And of course, Canada. They had a launch in Canada. And Dave and his boss were here talking to the press. And they're very excited. They have launched good products. They have gone after the mobile money, which is very, very important. In fact, they have a very unique product. They say the moment the recipient gets the money, you get an SMS back from them.
That's convenient.
So, which is going to be a very big help. And the Vice President, Mr. Sudesh Girian, says mobile money transfers are really going to be a boom, and they didn't want to miss that fun. So, thereafter this big piece, and as Dave says, they are looking for about 8 to 10% of the market share to start on a humble note.
Right.
And knowing Dave, let me tell you, this guy is so brilliant. He was at Citibank, and then he was at Western Union, and now he's heading this organization from scratch. They've done very well. He has done very well for whatever he has done because of his personality and building relationships with the community. We are very sure this Diwali will be good for him and for the people who want to send money to India.
Definitely. Well, Sunil, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for our stories this week. But we're going to continue to take our viewers on this journey every week. So thank you for joining us this week. Continue seeing us here every week, same day, same time. This is Nitya Karthik on Eye on South Asia.
And I'm Sunil Hali. Keep on watching us on Eye on South Asia week after week.
And you can also watch us on YouTube.
Have a great weekend.